Mr. Wetzel, what do you need? Okay. I want you to go to the headquarters and tell her that I need a heel to set up the little dinner party that we're having this evening. The very, very last dinner party for Jada that we're with this evening. It will be very, very appreciative if I had a little bit of assistance for that. So thank you very, very much. Okay, everybody. Now, I want to just start off by telling you a couple of things, a couple of new things that I'm going to be hosting. A couple of new groups that will be going on besides of what I have already. One of which is going to be a history clubus that is going to be meeting probably, I don't know, in a couple 2 to 3 days time we're going to actually begin, and we're going to be talking about ancient Rome, looking at the book of ancient Rome that I have, and for those of you who are planning to join that, then I have copies of the book sitting over at the table. I just want to talk to you a little bit about what that is going to be, okay? Because you're probably wondering. And also, there will be a literature clubus. So that means not necessarily the Everlust clubus of, the book that this whole mentioned is reading, and I need to get back to it. I have a long list of things that I have planned to do this fall. But Literature Clubus is going to be about reading poems, short stories, and maybe down the line a couple of novels that are also on my list to finish. But you never know. But I think mainly just short stories and poems will be in this Literature Clubus, and we will be taking more of a historical approach, doing it as if we were to do it in the 1950s or in Anne of Green Gable times. Because the interesting thing is, and I want to show you the book for what we're going to be using. The book is a reader of what they used to use in, kind of like literature textbooks now. The teacher would always say, open your readers, and they have, those set up with different stories and poems and different sections, and there's also little, comprehensional questions at the end of all of those to answer. So that's what we'll really be doing. That's what the Literature Clubus is. We will be using the reader. Okay, and maybe when we get more advanced with the short stories, when we're probably done, I'll probably mix in some American literature or great world short stories, and with that as well, that we'll be reading, and then we'll be talking about and discussing, and maybe doing some really fun activities for. Okay, so those are the two things. There isn't really anything else besides Leo Clubus and Biology Clubus. And yeah, those are the 4 clubuses. And, to tell you the truth, and for those of you in Leo Clubus, you know this, but I don't really run the Leo Clubus. I allow Deborah and then Zach to run that, because I don't have any Leo in my chart. And Deborah Silverman has her Uranus in that sign, and Zach Kellison has a moon in Leo. So I probably will not be running the clubus. I probably will allow Deborah and then Zach to take full charge of that, if you don't mind, and kind of handing the the honor and the I want to use the word responsibility of leading that over to you, because I'm going to be running a couple of other things. Okay, so people in Leo Clubus, you will not see me anymore. Okay, you will not see me in Neil anymore, because I just stand at the sidelines and what do I do? But I will be setting up how often they'll be meeting, and I will be announcing Leo Clubus will be meeting today. Leo Clubus will be meeting, another day. By the way, they will be meeting today at about 1:30 in the afternoon. That's what I'm going to be having. Okay, so Leo Clubus in the afternoon. And this morning we're going to be going over that song that we have been working on, the In the Jungle song. We're going to just kind of add the finishing touches onto that. Okay, so that's one of the things we're going to do. We're also going to be looking at Phantom Love a little bit, and also I want to take a look at let's see here, because we're doing a Deborah Resemblance concert. What song are we going to be doing today? I have to look through and see. We're going to be singing a beautiful, what's it called? A beautiful, marine song. It's kind of like a little sea shanty. It's called, The Sea. Trying to think of the name of it. To Sea or something? I really don't know. I have to get this on the list here. So, I'm just trying to find what that is. I can't do that. The Sea, that's what it is. So I'll be going through that as well this morning after I'm done with what I'm going to be saying. So yeah, that. So I've addressed all of that. I believe that's all the plans that will be occurring today. I think so. Biology Clubus, I'm going to be holding a meeting actually tomorrow because there's enough stuff that's going to be happening today that I don't need that extra to add on to it. Okay, so tomorrow is going to be a meeting. I've decided to push it to every, 3 days. Okay, now I want to talk to you about the plans that are happening a little bit later. Now one of those plans is tonight is the very, very last night for Jada Del Rentas. Okay, this is her very, very last time. She'll be leaving tomorrow, which is going to be paving the way for Marian Esposito. It's her birthday tomorrow. She was born on August the 3rd. She is a Leo sun and moon in Taurus. So we'll be watching several episodes, quite a bit of episodes tomorrow of Ciao Italia, just to, celebrate and honor her. Okay, and she will not be coming tomorrow because it's her birthday. I don't want to take away from that because she deserves to. How old she is, celebrated with her family and her friends. So that's something that I really disbelieve in, and therefore, no. So this is her last day. This is Jada's last day. We're going to be having one last really, really big dinner. Okay, we're going to be having a dinner, not necessarily a do-on-do's. Marianne will be joining us for that dinner, but we're going to be having a really, really big wrap-up Italian feast tonight that you're all going to be getting the opportunities to help out, to cook and to watch and to learn and participate. And if you have any other recipes, it's like those of you who cook or into cooking or want to make a profession out of it. If you have some recipes that you think will go along with the menu tonight, then feel free to shout them out and cook those along with the meal that we're going to be preparing. So I'm going to tell you how that's all going to work. Okay, I'm kind of laying out the basic plans and then I'll get more into them. And then we're going to be having the dinner. So I'm going to talk all about that. I'm going to talk all about everything that you're probably wondering about of all that I've said. But first of all, I want to talk to you about the Jenny custom. So for those of you who know my website, well, not necessarily my website, but the Amenton website. So if you go there, and if you go to like the top, top of the page on Amenton Customs, you click there, and it gives you all the customs, and you can search, because if you have to go strolling through the millions and millions of customs to find what you want, and they're organized not necessarily alphabetically, they're not organized that way. Okay, so there's a search bar. So a custom very, very similar would be the Alfie and also the Maxi custom, and the real thing, because you know that every custom has a movie or a book or a TV show or something that goes with it that really makes it. So the custom the thing that goes with the Jenny custom. And Miss Gibson has been added to that. I added that yesterday evening. Was Thomas and Friends. Remember when he goes with his builder friends with the crew with the not necessarily the engine, but Miss Jenny's machines, Alfie, Ned, Terrence, all of those. I think that you can remember what I am talking about. Do you all know what I'm talking about? Okay, well, that is really the custom, and it's kind of a going in. It's kind of, you know, getting a job done and teamwork and all the good, British, um, professionalism in that socio area things. So you can go on there and you can read about the custom. You can look at the custom and you can watch those videos on those Thomas and Friends videos. And I've cut Miss Gibson on there from the 1950s grammar school that'll teach them. Although she is currently at Labimby Bell Books Edmonton because she, is all about the discipline, very, very interested in those areas because her personality. So she's at her Edmonton. She also works as an Edmonton headquarter creator and official, and also one of her head creators. And yesterday when we were at the Edmonton headquarters helping out, me and then Deborah were together, and we went to her office and we got to know her. And actually, you actually gave her a reading, Deborah. So that was really, really neat. So we got to know her a little bit, and immediately the custom really clicked in. And so, as I said yesterday, I told her, she said, I'm going around and helping at different Edmontons, and, if you need anything, then I'm here to help. And, I said that would be great. Sometimes you could, help around, the Edmonton and get things set up. Then that would be wonderful. So, she will be coming today. She will be coming today. And I have a little song. Because you know me with individuals and songs and honoring and celebrating. Not having any interest, not having the, beloved charm, a Minton guest interest, Minton person interest. But I do have a little. And she'll be coming today, helping to get things set up for this evening's meal, getting all the tables set up, and probably joining us for the cooking a little bit, and you name it, so you'll get to know. And you all got to know her at the Minton headquarters where she had the checklist and she was checking off, and she is kind of a little bit petite, as you can all recall. Young but very professional, because she's very well trained and experienced in those areas. Definitely the person that you can rely on. And, So, she'll be coming today. I'm going to talk more about that a little bit later. I'm just going to shut the door to go in depth. So, now I'm going to talk to you about, first of all, I'm kind of be retracing a little bit, I laid it all out. Now I'm going to be retracing backwards and then following it up. So that's what I'm going to do. So, this thing, for some reason, is the reason why this thing sometimes gets loose. Okay, so, now, I'm going to be grabbing a couple of little things for you to see, for me to demonstrate to you what they look like. Just a second. I want you all to hold your hold. Okay, everybody, thank you for waiting. Thank you for waiting. The Vader. If I were to say it in Indian, it's like they, it's backwards, when they, when a word has a V at the beginning, they use a W when it has a W. And the Venner is. So funny. So interesting how they talk. And I really do admire the accent. I wish I had it. Mrs. Bluebell has a nice accent, and I like it. It's really neat. So, these are the books. Now, this is the book for the History Clubus. The Clubus obviously will take on the name more of a club than a class, so it will not be using a textbook. That is for the Kindleck Academy, because we're using that enough. So it's it's educational, you're learning from it, but it's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be light, it's supposed to be, interesting, and optional, really. It's your choice to join it or not. So this book, as you can see, I've had it for quite a while. It's kind of going thin, although I really never really looked at it. So I actually got it from the history teacher when I was teaching last autumn English. History actually went there and she gave me this because she was giving things away. So this book is kind of takes on more of like a story type. It's called Curious Minds series. Battles, Conquest, Leaders, Betrayals, Legacy, and it has a lot of neat pictures, and it goes into really the depth, really in depth into the history of ancient Rome. It's really, really interesting. And then the next book that I want to just model for you real quick is this. This is the book that we'll be using for the Lit Clubus. This is the reader that I was talking about. It's book 6 of something called the Ellison Basic Readers, and we'll be kind of skipping around, reading different poems and stories from it, and then also on the back at the very end it has certain questions that we're going to be looking at. So we're going to kind of go back to the olden days, and I'm going to be playing the English teacher. Well, not really. But I think that it's meant to be kind of a fun thing. It's meant to be, an exciting, interesting type thing rather than, work, important, educational thing, you know what I mean? School-like thing. So, I'm just going to talk to you about, the different categories. So this book has a contents page, and the different sections are outdoor stories. It also talks about airways and roadways, classic stories, also, American history gets into that, boys and girls from other lands, workers, adventurous heroes, and exciting surprises, birthdays, and festivals. Okay, so you'll see how it looks if you're planning to join both of one of these clubuses. Okay, and this is meant to be a fun thing. It's not meant to be a big deal, And you can come in whenever you want to. If it, this is the thing with these clubuses. You can decide now to come, or you might not have the interest now, and then later when it's still going on, you might want to, and then just put your name on the little list over there and then join. So yeah, so that is what is going to be happening. I can't really think of a whole lot else that I want to explain about this, other than in the history clubs we'll be looking at we'll be skipping around, so we won't be going in order of history. We'll be looking at one thing and then a completely another thing from a whole another time period, and then we'll also be skipping around for the lit class. Okay, and again, I really don't have a whole lot to explain for these things, but that's all I can really think of to explain. Now, I want to talk to you about later this evening, just in case that you're wondering. Here's how it's going to go. I'm going to start cooking at about 4:30, because we're probably going to be eating at like 6:20 or 6 o'clock or somewhere around that time. Because it's going to be, feast. It's going to have antipastos. It's going to have, an appetizer, which is pasta. It's going to have a meat course, and then it's going to have a little digestivo, like vegetable or fruit, and then a dessert with gelato. And actually, some of these, machines and ingredients I don't have. Some of these recipes I don't have, so Jada will be shopping around and ordering these things from Amazon, and also, from her kitchen, that she'll be bringing here. And also give me some of those things as well. And she can go around with the germ killer absolutely successfully. I will not stand for seeing anyone walk into my mint wearing a mask, wearing a face mask. And if they do, there will be guards that'll come right up, as you all know, take it off. Otherwise, whip it off, take it, and put it, in the safe, collection of masks. And then they'll just put the face thing on you, and then you'll be all set to go. I will not stand for it. I have zero tolerance. I have zero patience for that, as you all know. Okay, so I don't need to go over it again. Okay, so what's going to be happening is, my kitchen. So I will be, on the island right next to Jada, and we will be cooking together. We'll be demonstrating. I have recipes. She has recipes. We'll be, taking in different courses. She'll be doing the pasta course. I will be doing the little antipastos. I will also be doing the dessert as well. I do have a good idea. But the appetizer and the main course, and then the digestivo, she is going to be doing. And if you have any other tips or tricks, or if you want to help, or if there's any other recipes that you want to put in with the menu, then that is amazing. I don't want to say that this is what we're doing and you can't do that, because that's against my beliefs. So you should be implored to do that, most definitely. And if you don't want to, and if you don't have anything, if you don't have any interest, then that's fine. We will not force you. But if you do, I would not hesitate to take advantage, of that opportunity, and really, seize it of what the universe wants you to do. So, definitely think about, going big. They say go big or go home. So, go big, because this is once in a lifetime, one of a kind, really special experience that a lot of people would be envious of. So I would definitely take advantage of it. Okay, so we'll be cooking. We'll be showing you how the recipes work. You'll all get a chance to help and cook with us as well. You learn by doing best. I think that's how most people are. Get to share the meal together, and we'll get to eat the meal. And what's going to be happening is this is what's going to be happening. It's a big deal, as you all know, will not only my Minton will be joining us, but also Julia Eskin Wolf Minton will be coming for this, and will be coming to the dinner party, not actually, cooking the dinner. But because there's so many people, because there's so many, so much food that we need to prepare, and then that we need to serve, um, then that's why, because that Jenny Gibson said that she is a really good cook, and she has a lot of experience in the kitchen. She will be kind of in the background, cooking the recipes, and I gave her all the recipes, the other day, because I told her about this. She said that she'll practice them, so she, has them practiced, and so she'll be cooking them, just kind of in the background, in the kitchen, with its being ever so big, just so that we can, get an extra hand and get, enough or more than enough. Might be super duper good, delicious. Okay, so you'll see her there, doing it with us. Okay, so also, and also, I don't know, but I believe that she will also be joining us for the dinner, just because, cooking it and eating it, so she will also be there, and you'll get the opportunity to get to have some quality time with her a little bit better. Not an Minton person of mine, not an Minton guest, but there to be of assistance to the Mintons. That's, really the function. Because if I did have any interest, it wouldn't be very much at all. Okay, so, yeah, I basically don't have anything, so, Jada will be arriving at 2:30 today, this afternoon. Alright, now, I think that that's all I really want to talk to you about, and, yeah. So, what are we going to be having this morning? So, this afternoon is Leo Clubus. This morning, I'm going to be having